And we're live here at the station of decapitation without your head. I'm Nasty Neal, and I'm joined by, I need a cool J word. Getting jiggy with it, James Balsamo. It's a very topical reference.
Very.
It's what all the kids are talking about. They're all getting jiggy with it.
Na.
Yeah. Well, James Balsamo's return here is to talk about his new film, Slice. Which is about golf.
I know, exciting.
Yes, yeah. How did Slice come about? I actually remember last time I had you on, you were talking about going into making this.
Yeah. So this is an idea that I've actually had since I was 24. So it's been in the
just like last year.
Yeah, exactly. So it's been in the pressure cooker for a minute, and I made friends with John Hitt, and we both loved golf so much we decided to make this fun slasher movie about golf called Slice. 18 Holes of Terror.
I love the name. I like the tagline. What's on your shirt, by the way?
It's a Beavis and Butthead.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. I like that. Very fitting. Yeah. And so you got the Blu-ray there, so it's streaming and it's and physical release.
Next month, yeah. So it just premiered at the world famous Chinese theater in Hollywood last Wednesday, and next month it'll come and hit stores and streaming and Crackle and Redbox and all of those fun things for fans to watch. So go to jamesbalsamo.com to stay up to date.
So how did the premiere go?
That was awesome. People loved it. They even stayed for the credits, which a lot of people don't do for, mainstream movies. So, it's cool.
Yeah, no, I go to the movies every week, and it's annoying not only to people on stage, mostly at my theater at the AMC I go to a lot. They turn the lights on when the credits start to roll, and they just come in and start sweeping up, and it's like, what the hell?
Yeah, I know. Society has deemed they don't care who works on the movie. Like, show me the movie. I don't care who did it. That's no longer part of cinema. Yeah. As soon as the film ends, I'm out.
Yeah, even like Netflix, you'd think they'd respect the filmmakers. They like fly through the credits, or they show it in like a little box in the corner, and if you don't hit something, like it just goes away. And
yeah, I know, it's crazy.
On TV, they'll show it like there's no possible way you could read it. It goes like this. And
yeah, I know. You gotta TiVo it, and then you gotta freeze frame.
Yeah,
and then your name's like all blurry. You're like, that was me. I was the best boy. Right. Care. I worked on this.
Yeah. And there is something about sitting back after you watch a movie, I think, listening to the music and just, I always like to read who's involved.
Yeah. You want to know who the director's personal chef is. You got to read the credits.
Yeah, exactly. But speaking of credits, so the opening credits of Slice are very fun. You get a lot of cool animation, music. So who's involved in the in creating this?
So Rob Ulfo did the opening cartoon. He does all the cartoons for my stuff. I've been working with Rob for 10 years, and he just started doing the Late Show with Stephen Colbert.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to see Rob crushing it. I'm surprised he still does stuff for me. That's how cool of a guy Rob is, though.
Yeah, I was thinking that in my mind, but I didn't want to say that. I was like, oh, we won't see this anymore. No.
Right.
Have you ever thought of doing like an animated movie?
Yeah, Bill Victor Arukin and I were talking about doing an animated series for Alien Danger, and the next installment is premiering at the Chinese Theater December 13th. So if anybody's in the LA area or wants to come out, come on down. RSVP at jamesbalsamo.com. We're going to have a toy drive too, so, help the kids out for Christmas, because that's what Christmas is all about, the kids. So
yeah. What was that like to Slice is kind of back to making a Balsamo movie with a lot of boobs and blood. What was that like, taking a detour making a family movie?
I really enjoyed it. I was a kid, so I grew up on wacky kids movies, so it was cool to like make one, you know what I mean, and like disturb generations to come.
Yeah. Well, I think when you're a kid, you don't really want to watch a kid's movie. So, but it's a movie, that you'd be fine. I would think most people would be fine, showing their kids.
It's like a family friendly film. Excuse me. Hey. Yeah. I have 3 dogs, so they like to, you know what I mean, have their own little side podcasts.
Sure.
Well,
yeah. I'll put those on the Without Your Head network.
Yeah, exactly.
Hits through the roof.
Barking with Balsamo.
That's what I could have done. Barking Balsamo. That would have worked.
Yeah, there you
go. Instead of getting jiggy with it, but you're much better at the puns than me. That's not even a pun, I guess. But
right.
Yeah. Speaking of puns, though, John Hitt, that's a guy's real name. He's not like a Hitt. He's involved in sports.
No stage name. That's him. He's the real deal.
So how long have you known him? How did you guys get involved together?
Sean and I met at the premiere of my film, It Wants Blood, that premiered at the Chinese Theater. And we have a mutual friend, Carl Crew from Blood Diner. And Carl's actually in It Wants Blood and Alien Danger. So that just tied everything together. Bam! That's how we do it.
Yeah. So you said you had the idea for Slice since you were 24. So a lot of the kills and stuff, I assume, are like stuff you thought about? Or even the Bogie Man himself?
Hey. Yeah, the Bogie Man. Hold on one second.
Yeah, no problem. Hope James is all right there. Gonna come back, one arm. Maybe he'll really be without a head, huh?
Ta-da! Okay, right. Sorry about that. Okay. Sometimes you got to separate them because they just get wild. I don't know if
you got to keep them separated.
That's it. It's the offspring in them. Yeah, you know what? I imagine the movie. It was the eyeball on the golf tee, and that's kind of how it all started. And that's in the movie, so it's funny how it works out.
Yeah, it's not just an eyeball. It's
it'll happen.
So John Hitt, so you meet him at the premiere, and so who comes up with? Did you just find out he's like a golf fan? How does it, how does it like you start to talk? Let's make this movie.
Well, yeah, he said, we should play golf sometime because he belonged to this country club where they actually filmed Caddyshack, and that's where we filmed the movie. So, it all kind of worked out that way. And he was like, hey, you like golf? I'm like, yes, I do enjoy golf. Let's go. And then actually the first time that we played, we went to the Karate Kid putt-putt place. And so that's actually going to be a lot of the sequel is a mini golf course.
Oh, nice.
So some stuff comes to life.
And then, I like this. I've never golfed or mini golf.
Get out of here. You never golfed?
No. Just
mini golf?
No, but the only golfing I ever did
was Neal, we're going.
all right. Was in gym class because I live on Cape Cod and we learned how to hit the that was part of gym one for like a week. But
oh my god.
We went out and hit the ball.
Wow.
So I learned everything I know from golf from Slice.
Good. Because it's all accurate. Everything is golf accurate.
Very good. Yeah.
Just like golf has mascots, because that's a very prevalent thing in golf is the mascots.
Okay, very good. Yeah, that's what's missing. You've got that's why I always think like soccer doesn't always take off here because it's just names of towns. They need cool mascots, and
right.
That's what golf needs.
So all sports needs mascots.
Yeah,
that's my opinion. So I made Slice.
So the Bogie Man is a very fun villain. Who creates the mask for the Bogie Man?
So I came up with the concept, and then I had my buddy Alaric Barca did the drawing, and then I take that drawing and I brought it to Tom Martino from DWN Productions, who made the mutant fish people masks for my film Catch of the Day with Jason Mewes and Tony Todd and Jake the Snake Roberts. And so I went back to Tom and he sculpted this amazing Bogie Man, And then originally he was going to have a hat and sunglasses. And then we tried it and, John didn't really care for it. And I was like, okay. So, I think he looks good without the hat and sunglasses. But the original concept, he had like the golfer hat and like big sunglasses. So
I'm interested. I would like to see that. I think the sunglasses in my mind work. I'm thinking about the hat, maybe not work on the big head. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, we probably would have had to like pin something through the latex mask.
Right.
You know what I mean? But so it's like a neater design without the accoutrements.
Right. Yeah. I saw the turkey hat on before the show.
It was, yeah. That's how
Like,
I originally did the pilot for the movie.
and a cardigan. You don't see many killers in a cardigan.
I know, classy. You know what? I love '80s movies where they kill guys in cardigans. It's just such a fun character to murder.
Right.
You like, you prick.
I'm never gonna wear a cardigan around you.
Never.
It's
You know, it's
kind of
funny.
a Balsamo jacket here tonight. What was that? Sorry.
Living in Los Angeles, people do like to have that look, and I'm always like, "Do you want to be in a movie? I don't know what it is about you, but I want to murder you on film."
Your films always had kind of an 80s vibe. They're fun, and I think that's I guess it's never went away, but it's popular now. 80s nostalgia.
Yeah, '90s nostalgia is coming
That's
up.
true.
You know what I mean? The new generation of kids. It's weird walking around and seeing people in Jankos. I'm like, oh God, I wore those? That looks stupid. You're dumb. Well, I was dumb. Those are kids. That's how it goes. Thus the cycle continues.
Yeah. I never wore Jankos. I think
Really?
they were popular like a little bit after I graduated.
Yeah.
I'm an old man.
Yeah. You're 700 years old.
In my mid 70s, but
right.
I have noticed that they've come back. I'm gonna start wearing them though, because I need to be cool.
Yeah, you should, and they're very convenient. You definitely don't trip over them all the time.
I just started wearing skinny jeans.
Yeah,
I guess that's out now too.
It is out. People got tired of it exploding nut sacks.
I like that, they show off my but I think turkey hats are going to be the new craze.
Yeah, it's all about the turkey hats.
Yeah. So, all right. So whoa, you're going around there. Yeah. Yeah, CJ Graham doing the intro at the beginning was very fun.
Oh yeah, he's great.
He's kind of almost not Crazy Ralph, but he's kind of giving you the history of the Bogie Man.
Yeah, there's lots of nods to horror movies, and
lots of nods to golf movies. Are there many golf movies besides Caddyshack and now Slice?
No. We kind of have the stranglehold, especially on horror comedies. I think we're the first one.
Yeah.
So
that is something I think, because like I love Christmas horror movies, but there are so many. Like, right. Yeah, I think it's fun to try to find some other holiday or some other sport, and there's untapped fun there.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of sports ones. Like upcoming is Basket Paul. And this is
that's great.
So that's coming soon. I'm doing that with Bill Victor Arukin, and then I also did a tennis one with Bill called Toxic Tennis, and that's gonna be fun too.
I saw well, this sounds weird, but I saw your balls on the movie and on Facebook.
Oh yeah.
I love these. I'm a big Mad Balls fan, and so when I saw these, I was a little jealous that I don't have one.
They're Mad Balsamos.
I approve 100%. These are great. I remember they had basketball and football ones too, but I think it was kind of at the dying days of the Mad Balls.
Yeah, at the end of it. Mm-hmm.
So what you have, like, you have the one of you, but I know you have some of like villains from your movies too.
Yeah. The Bogie Man. There'll be a Bogie Man one. They're all hopefully I'll have them at the next Mad Monster party. So
that one's what, in February? I believe it's on my birthday.
February. Yeah, huh?
I'll be 78.
Wow. Happy birthday.
Really good time. Thank you. But I always enjoy that you have so much cool merchandise.
Thanks. Yeah, I learned that trick from Gravy from the band Mushroom Head when I opened for them. He told me merchandise everything. So
does that go in when you're thinking of a movie to do? So Slice, I want to do a golf movie. I got to make the monster or the killer, whatever, something marketable that I can make something fun with.
No, not always. I mean, for me, it's usually the character or like the poster and the tagline. That's what always comes for me first, you know. And then, like I said, it was the eyeball on the golf tee, and it was like slice. And then I was like, oh, what's a horror movie character? Oh, you know, Michael Myers. He's known as the Bogie Man. Wait, golf, Bogie Man. Oh my God! You know what I mean? That's kind of how that string of pearls comes along.
That was a very good. Oh my God! It was very Troll 2-esque.
Yeah, yeah. There is a Troll 2 reference in there, but the audio got cut out, and I just left it out because I thought, you know, how many hard bangs on the head of Troll 2 references can I put in there? Casey Orr, when they're shooting at the Bogeyman, goes, "Oh my God!" So
Troll 2 is that's got to be to me the best. People like The Room. I just think that's kind of a bad movie and a little sad. But Troll 2 is a great bad movie.
Oh, Troll 2 is amazing.
It's basically every scene is up there.
Yeah, I know, it's amazing. You can't piss on hospitality, Neal.
Exactly. So there's a lot of former guests on Without Your Head in the movie, and just fun people. Al Burke, Carl Solomon. I'm a big fan of Carl Solomon. I think Carl Solomon might have the best delivery of any actor I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, Carl's amazing. I put Carl in a few things. He comes to all my like parties at my house and stuff. Carl's great.
I like it. I want to go to a Balsamo party now if Carl's hanging. James or whatever, but now that I know that Carl's there,
yeah. I did. I had one where Sky Elbar and Carl were here.
Oh, very cool. I'm a fan of both of them.
4th of July party. That was interesting.
Yeah, I recently, it's a weird thing, but Sky noticed on Facebook I was in Boston. I live near Boston, and he told me to go some pizza place. And so I went there, and it was some big story. Basically, used to go there when he was in an altered state and eat the pizza there. And he was right, though. It was very good pizza.
Oh,
so
nice.
You should always listen to Sky Elobar when he talks about pizza.
He's like turning into a monster as an altered state, eating pizza. He's all,
that could be that's a different form of slice.
Yeah, exactly. I'll make that movie. It's a crust half.
Yeah. I think a pizza horror movie would work. Pizza delivery horror movie.
Yeah, I have one. It's Pizza Delivery Die, and it's a pizza delivery guy who's like a Van Helsing monster hunter. So you call, instead of like calling Ghostbusters, you call the Pizza Delivery Die, and they bring over pizza in the shape of a skull, and they help get rid of your monsters. So that's on the chopping block. There's a teaser.
That's an idea for movie or an actual service you want to get together.
Both. Yeah.
It would be a good tie-in. It would be, it's a good ad for the actual service. Mm-hmm. So a great stop motion in the movie. I'm a big fan of stop motion.
Thanks. Yeah, Richard Svensson. I just hired him as a full-time employee at Acid Bath Productions. So Richard and I have been working for years together, but that's it. He's part of the crew now. He's on the payroll. So you'll see a lot more stop animation from Richard.
Nice. Would you ever do a full movie of that? I'm sure that would be very time consuming.
You know what? Richard and I are actually talking about it. So, hopefully it's something we could do in the future where, it'll have moments of live action and then, what I mean?
Like fighting monsters or whatever. You've had a few scenes in your last several movies, and those are highlights for me. I think they're very fun.
Yeah, he's such a talented guy. I mean, and what's weird is that like if he doesn't make something from scratch and I want something, he usually has the puppet already made. Like with the sandworm, it was like ready to go. I was
really?
Hey, I need a sandworm, and he was like, something like this, and it was like already done. I was like, oh my God, that's amazing! Yeah. Take my money, thank you.
Speaking of that, you don't have to go into this, but I did think that the one monster, it seemed either used parts of or was from It Once Blood.
Which
monster? There's one of the monsters I think was similar to It Once Blood. Was parts of it used from a mold from It Once Blood? No, okay. It's kind of like the big teeth thing. It looked similar.
Big teeth. The Bogie Beast, the one with the long
No,
arms.
that was like maybe the Bogie Beast. The box is almost like something from Dungeons and Dragons. I thought.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
It's almost like a mimic.
Yeah, exactly.
Which
No.
again, I'm a big fan of.
No, I sculpted the head of the Bogie Beast, and I made the box with Aaron Tatro and Mia Tatro, and we used the arms from Alien Danger that Joe Castro made, the tentacles.
Any future work with Joe Castro?
Hopefully, we've kind of both been really busy. Our schedules haven't, but Joe was at the premiere, and you know what I mean? I went to his Terratune, so we always just try to support each other.
Yeah, I met Joe for the first time recently when I was in LA, and I've known him for years, but never met him. So that was very cool. He's a super nice guy, very passionate about what he loves, and just a very friendly man.
Yeah, Joe's amazing. I love Joe.
I think sometimes if you only see him online and he's yelling about something, people might think, "Whoa, this guy's kind of mean or not mean," but he's not like that at all. Very nice guy.
Yeah, sweetheart.
Yeah, he's very passionate. So when you make those giant things like the Bogie box, like where do you put those?
It's in my garage. Yeah, my garage is it's like a graveyard of monster carcasses just like piled upon each other.
Do you take them out for Halloween and put them in the yard or put them around the house or anything?
You know what? If I can put them in something else, like the Bogie box, I'm doing a movie called Merry Christmas Frankenstein, and it appears in that. So,
I like it. You had the Lich, now you've got the Bogie box, which very looked like a D&D thing to me. Could there be I know you couldn't call it Dungeons and Dragons, but maybe a fantasy film down the line?
Yeah, I want to do something where it's like James Balsamo versus the stuff in his garage, where
right.
Lost in this tomb of the garage, and I have to fight my way out. And so I use all these refurbished monsters to make a whole nother movie out of.
I would watch this. I mean, because you'd make me for an interview, but even besides that, I would watch it. I would watch it free will, though.
Yeah.
So, which is more important to you in a movie? Boobs, blood, or puns?
Puns come first. Yeah. Always lead with the puns and end with the buns.
All right, the puns lead to the buns if you're doing. So I know from previous interviews you've always wanted to make movies. Now, what are some kind of movies like genre movie or whatever that you've not yet made that you would like to eventually?
So I've done a segment in Alien Danger 2 of like a Western. We filmed at like a Western town, but I would like to do like a full Western movie. And I want to do like a serious space horror movie called Dead Quasar. And it's kind of like Galaxy of Terror. And that one I've had in kicking around for a while.
I'm a big fan of Galaxy of Terror. I think it's got probably the best giant slug woman sex scene in film.
Definitely, hands down.
Yeah, I keep a list. It's right up there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did think it would be fun someday to do like a top 10 sex scene in horror movies and like have the top like 9 like some normal stuff, and then my number 1 would be something like that.
Yeah.
Just ruin the punchline of the video.
Right, exactly. And the sexiest is
right.
Slug.
Yeah, I'd just be sitting there nodding and be like,
yeah. You got the lotion. You're all, yeah.
Exactly. So Eric Roberts again. You worked with him several times. What's Eric like?
Eric's great. He after every take he goes burr, 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 burr. Just like that. He plays air trumpet. And he lives down the block from me, so it's very convenient.
Yeah, you go knock on the door and like,
yeah,
exactly. I play with Eric.
Eric, I got another movie. So it's cool.
Not now, James. Oh, I guess I'll come out and play. But no, that's cool. And I know you worked with Andy Dick, I think twice, more than once, at least once anyway, in the werewolf movie. What's Andy like?
Andy's great. He's going to be in the Christmas movie that's premiering at the Chinese Theater December 13th. So that's fun. He's like right in the opening in the trailer. He punches a gingerbread house. So,
so what was it? I know you mentioned earlier, but what's the name of the Christmas movie?
it's called Raven Van Slender Saves Christmas.
Oh, I know. I saw the trailer on the movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the story behind Raven Van Slender?
Bill Victor Rukin did a cameo for me in another movie called Bite School 2, which isn't out yet because it's becoming Robot Dracula. So
Oh, I see.
Bill played this character of like a zoologist, kind of cryptoologist, William Shatner-esque kind of character. And I thought, man, that'd be fun if that guy got like launched into space and had to like help an alien race,
Right.
you know what I mean? Save their planet, you know what I mean? There's like this arrogant,
normal thing people think of. Yeah.
Yeah. So, William Shatner did a show like that where he like was like a cryptozoologist and he like talked about chupacabras and he's like, hello, I'm William Shatner. There's chupacabras. And I was like, oh my God, that character's awesome. And then I met Bill and I thought, man, you'd be really funny if you did that character. And he crushed it. And so he did this, self-tape cameo in Bite School 2. And I was like, hey, what if we made a movie where you starred as, Raven Van Slender was the name that I came up with of this character. And then it just became this beast, you know what I mean? And here we are 3 movies later with a 4th one on the way. So
yeah, that's cool. So how did the movie go from Bite School 2 to Robot Dracula?
Robot Dracula, yeah. So Bite School 2, I went to film it in Las Vegas at Tom Devlin's Monster Museum, and it became its own movie. It stopped being Bite School 2, and I turned it into From Dusk Till Bong, which is out now. And Papa Shango's in Papa Shango makeup fighting vampires with adult film star Kiki Dare. They have like a great romance love story in that. And Tom and his crew did like all this like amazing vampire creature effects work, and I just thought it wasn't Bite School 2. You know what I mean? It wasn't about Bite School 2 was originally about Camazotz, which is this old Aztec vampire god. So now Camazotz and Robot Dracula are kind of like the Riddler and Two-Face, and they're like the 2 bad guys that Tony, Canoni, and Spat have to fight. So that's Bite School 2 now.
No, I watched the From Dusk Till Bong trailer. The song there, are they like fighting gay vampires? Is that the idea?
Well, Drew Marvick plays a homosexual vampire that sucks blood out of male genitals. So
I was just wondering if there was ever thought instead of From Dusk Till Bong, if it was From Dusk Till Dawn.
Oh, that's funny. Or From Dusk Till Schlong.
Or Schlong, there we go. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. But yeah, that's one of the the main villains is he's and Drew Marvick is like great. He's like really funny in that movie. I had a good time like acting opposite against him. Like the 2 of us together, we both had to take a lot of cuts because we were just like laughing in each other's faces because he had this like ridiculous vampire makeup on and he's like, I'm gonna suck the blood out of your dick. I'm just like, no.
Does that happen a lot? Not that someone says that to you, but that scenes are broken up on a Balsamo movie from people laughing or yourself breaking character.
Yeah, you know what? I like to have fun. I think that's evident in my films. You know what I mean? Like most of the time, where everybody's having a good time, and so we take a lot of takes sometimes because everybody's like laughing. And And you know, a lot of it is improv because that's how I like to work. You know what I mean? I give people like a lot of rope to hang themselves with, and so half the time I don't know what I'm gonna say, and you know what I mean? I come from an improv background, so I just grab Drew and I'm like, "You could suck my dick in hell," and I throw him on a chainsaw. You know, it's like ridiculous.
And it made the trailer. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
I also saw the trailer. I think looks amazing. Is Toomie the Hungry Tumor.
About that movie?
What?
We didn't do an interview about that movie?
No.
Oh, I'm gonna send you that one. We got to talk about that one.
No, I've not seen it. I would like to see it.
Yeah, that one's super fun.
All right. Yeah. Plus, Papa Shango. I'm a big Papa Shango fan. I'm a wrestling fan.
It's good.
Oh, by the way, I actually I couldn't put it on because I had the turkey hat, but I do have the acid bath hat is up here. He's on Barlow at the moment. It's a little big for Barlow, but he's taking a nap with it on. But I do wear that hat. Awesome. I keep it in the shrine when it's not on the head, in the Balsamo shrine.
Sweet.
But I'm also looking forward to I wrote it down here, Toomie the Hungry Tumor, which this looked very fun to me.
Yeah, Tom Arnold, Fred Stoller from Dumb and Dumber, Ted Lang from The Love Boat, Ken Davidian from Borat. It's got like a really fun DJ Lance Rock from Yo Gabba Gabba's in it. So it's got a fun cast for sure.
Yeah, and it's a fun name, Toomie the Hungry Tumor. Who doesn't love hungry tumors?
Yeah, so I reached out to Fred Stoller to star in this movie, and so we started making it together. We did like 4 days on it, and then Fred's agent got involved and was like, "Wait, you're doing what? Give me more money." And so then Fred bowed out, and then you know what I mean? Because Fred's such a sweetheart, but he was just like, I don't want to get involved in between my eight. I'm like, you brought him here. Like, we were doing this project together. So it's kind of been on the coals for like a year because of that. I'm just going to finish it and put it out. Whatever. He signed his release. He's done. Filmmakers, always have your actors sign releases. Get them signed, sealed, and delivered. That way, if they back out, you just have somebody come in as a stand-in and kill them off. That's my best advice for young filmmakers. Right. Like, you know, if an actor tries to fuck you, make sure that you got them signed, sealed, and delivered. So
you don't have to talk about this if you want to, but does that happen often? Because a lot of your movies are on the fly, and you know, and you're grabbing people here and there.
Yeah, you know what? I always like to have a release in my pocket. You know what I mean? So you never know. You know, but agents they have a job. You know what I mean? They're like mother mosquitoes. They try to suck your blood. That's their job. They don't have talent usually. They're just there to like leech off of somebody else. And so they come in between you and talent who like wants to work. You know what I mean? Like a lot of these actors that haven't done a movie since 1984, they want to be in stuff. You know what I mean? And so I'm like, hey, I bumped into you at a Walgreens. Do you want to be in a movie? And they're like, yeah, please. And then their agent comes around and they're like, wait a minute, I want money.
Yeah, I've run into that with the show over the years. Not too often, but at times. But more so the last couple of years when I produced Once and Future Smash, and a lot of friends are involved in the movie.
Of course.
Yes. Yeah. No, you're multiple roles in the movie.
Yeah, I was featured in it prevalently.
Yeah. And I was very happy with everyone that was in it. I think they all do a great job. But there were some other people that were all about being in, and then when it went to the agent to set it up, it was either a minimal amount or to like pass like what the budget of the movie, like 3 or 4 times what the budget of the movie was alone. It's like, no, we can't do that. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, it's this business. Somehow these boll weevils got themselves in this rice. They like want their cut, and if you could appease them, it works. Like Dave Mustaine was supposed to do the voice of the Bogie Man. That's why he sounds like Dave Mustaine, because Dave was going to do it, And then Dave told me he was going to do it for free. And then his agent got involved. And then all of a sudden Dave didn't do the movie.
Yeah.
But, you know, what
I don't
can
wanna
you do?
I don't want to say who it's, because she was very nice. She was going to do the movie for free, and then the agent got involved, and then it was you know, then it was 5 figures, and I was like, whoa, that's a big jump from free. You know?
Yeah, I know. You know, if you're an independent, you know, just tell them you're an independent. You know what I mean? Like, because if they sniff money, you know what I mean, that, and they can get it, because there are people that have never made a movie before, or studios where it's like $100,000 is nothing to them. You know what I mean? Their budget is $60 million. So if they could get 100,000, and then, like, why would they do your movie for nothing? You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
this is gonna, like, you know, Sid Haig told me that before I worked with him. You know what I mean? He's like, listen, I'm getting X amount a movie. You know what I mean? Like, if I did your movie, like, for that, it could affect that. Like, why would I do that? You know what I mean? But Sid was great. I ended up working with him on Hanukkah. So, you know, but I understand that mentality. You know what I mean? If people are paying me X amount of money, you know what I mean, to do something, why buy the cow when you get the sex for free, sort of thing.
Right. Oddly enough, that's happened to me a lot on my wrestling podcast. For the first 15 years, so I had like tons of Harley Race, Terry Funk, Goldberg, Shawn Michaels, Scott Hall, all like really top people. And then in the modern era, so there's 2 things. It was a lot of wrestlers do their own podcast, so they're going to do them because they're friends with them. And then a lot of the fan podcasts they'll pay the wrestlers, even like guys that, nothing against them, like Buff Bagwell. He gets $500 a podcast, and I've had him on before, and I was going to have him on again. And he said the basically same thing. It's like, it's nothing against you. I had fun on the show, but like these other people are paying me $500 for an hour, or 1,000 if for unlimited time. Like, you know, I can't do your show for free. And so I totally get that, but it you know, it's I don't really have guests really on the wrestling show anymore, because I don't want to pay people hundreds of dollars.
Yeah, no, I get it, man. You know, it all depends on what you want and what you want it for, and do you think it's worth it? You know what I mean? So,
right, because I do the wrestling show for free, so I'm not selling it or anything. So I'm not going to pay $500 just to talk to somebody for the fun of it, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, but I'm not paying you $500 for this episode.
You should be. You know? I've got more Mad Balsamos to make. Cough up that dough, Neal. These don't make themselves.
Because doing the movie gives me a different perspective for interviews and stuff. So after doing the movie, I'm labeled as producer because I produced the movie. So a couple of things I won't get, like, some people just assume I donated to a crowdfunding, which didn't happen. But then there's also people who just assume I put in all this money into the movie. So they just will straight up ask me for money. Like, will you produce my movie? Basically, they just want me to give them free money. But so I assume you have so many movies out there. Does that happen to you? Do people just come up like, hey, you've got all these movies. Will you produce this movie for me? Hence, just give me some money to make this.
No, they come to me in different facets. You know what I mean? Like, they just like demand that I give them celebrity contacts. And,
right.
like, people love to do that. Like, hey, give me things for free. I don't know you. You know what I mean? Like other filmmakers that are notable in, like, you know, the indie scene ask me for stuff all the time, and then I'm like, you know, like, this is a job for me, right? Like, and I don't know you from a hole in the wall. So, like, if you want to work together with me on something, like, I'm happy to do that. I will work, you know what I mean, with anybody that is, you know, interested, and we can work together on the same page. But I'm certainly not going to give you, you know, facets from my business that I make money on for nothing, and I don't know you from a hole in the wall.
Right, like you said, at least like you get to know someone. If you're friends with somebody, you're obviously you know, more apt to help them.
Right, exactly. You know what I mean? Like, I help my friends. You know what I mean? Like, if you ask me for something, Neal, and you're like, hey, do you know this company that can do this thing that I know you worked with, and I can give it to you, and it's no skin off my back? Sure, of course I'm going to help you. We've been friends, you know what I mean, a long time. But like somebody off the street that is like, hey, you got this thing that I want, give it to me. I'm like, no, I'm sorry, it's not really how I work. You know what I mean? I will totally work with you. You know what I mean? Like, so it is what it is.
Yeah, no, I understand. I remember a few years ago when I talked to you, it wasn't long after you'd moved out to LA. And I remember at the time you said something about like, because I was asking like if there, what the differences was making movies in New York and making them in LA. And you said like, you know, in LA, everyone makes movies. So
everyone makes movies.
So now that you've been out there for a while, are you glad that you did go out to LA? Is it better for your career to be out there?
Oh yeah, I mean I would say so. I mean, you know, I've got movies playing at the Chinese theater, you know what I mean, which I know people all over the world are dying to be in.
Of course,
so you know what I mean? Like I'm proud of that because I've been doing this for like 17 years.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like a lot of people are like, "Oh, you just started, right?" It's like, no. You know what I mean? Like I'm pushing almost 2 decades into this career. So I love it. And like I said, I bump into celebrities all the time, which is cool. So I'm always like, hey, you want to be in this thing? They're like, yeah, okay. I was just eating breakfast, but sure, I'll do a cameo, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know. Just all the years doing my own stuff. I mean, the worst someone's going to say is no.
Right.
I assume. I don't think anyone's going to like start, you know, attacking you or something. But in theory, the worst is someone's going to say is no. So what's it hurt to ask somebody?
Yeah, I mean, John C. Reilly bought me French fries when I bought him. Did I tell you that story?
No.
So I bumped into John C. Reilly at like a restaurant that I frequent, and so I picked up his check. And so I picked up his check, and I went to, you know, introduce myself. And he's like, I don't know, he just was not interested in talking to me at all. He was just like, I wish you wouldn't have done that. I was like, I didn't even get out like my name. I was like, hi, I just want to introduce myself. I picked up your check. And he was like, oh, I wish you wouldn't have done that. And he like went for his wallet. And I was like, no. And I was with my girlfriend, and she was like, no, we were just trying to be nice. And he was like, he didn't have like any cash. And he was like, man, I wish you wouldn't have done that. He just like kept saying that. And then he went up to the counter, and he was like trying to get it reversed. And they were like, no, we can't do that. So I had gone to the restaurant because somebody had told me that he was there to like get a cameo. And so I had only bought French fries to like sit down so I didn't look like a weirdo. So he bought my French fries, and then I like went up to talk to him, and I was like, hey, I just wanted to introduce myself. You know what I mean? Craig Muckler, who I'm doing a movie called Mark and Clark's World Adventures with, he said that John C. Reilly wrote him an email and was like, hey, Microwave Massacre really inspired me, and it's like part of the reason why I do like these like character traits from the movie. And I was like, oh, I'm friends with Craig, Craig Muckler. And he's like, never heard of him. And then he slaps me on the arm like I'm an asshole. And then he's like, I bought your French fries. And then like walked out the door. I was like, okay, that's my John C. Reilly story.
Well, so we won't see John C. Reilly in Robot Dracula.
Robot Frankenstein. That's good too. I like that. Robot Dracula versus Robot Frankenstein.
You got a good story out of it.
I did, you know what I mean? And what was even better is that we were filming with Rikishi that day, and Rikishi was like at the studio, and we made like a 180 detour to try to get that John C. Reilly cameo. So like Rikishi was just like waiting in the studio and was like, are we filming?
I love it. Do you have any other stories, like a turn down story that are fun?
That's probably my best.
The top one.
You know what? I saw Stacy Keach at that same restaurant, and like my eyes lit up. You know what I mean? And he just gave me like a death stare, like don't even think about it.
Yeah.
So like I didn't even get to say hi to Stacey Keach. We just like locked eyes, and he was like, "Don't even." I'm eating my eggs over my hammy here. Don't even think about it.
Well, it's very fun. I like it. I don't have any as exciting as that. I just the one I always remember is I asked Shatner to come on the show, and immediately I got a reply back, and it said William Shatner only does major and capitals major media outlets, and I thought this it made me laugh. And it was from like his age winner, but in my mind it was just Shatner himself. Like, what is this guy doing, asking me to be on this show?
These are all capitals. No.
But I'm sure I kept it somewhere because it made me laugh. But Mark Torgl, a great performance in Slice. I'm a big fan of Mark and a good friend with Mark, and he always has a lot of fun in these movies, and it's a good job. And he has a role in the movie. It's not just a cameo. Right. Not that there's anything wrong with the cameo.
Right, he's groundskeeper Billy.
Yeah, you worked with Mark before, I believe.
Yeah, Mark's in a few of my films. We met at a Mad Monster party. We were signing autographs next to each other over a weekend, and that's kind of how we became friends. So
that's how I met Mark too. Was no, I was not signing autographs, but I met him at a Mad Monster.
Yeah, Mark's great.
I think it was the first one I'd gone to, first Mad Monster, which was definitely in Charlotte. It was Charlotte, yeah. But I think it was the first. It might have been the first one that Mark had gone to. Because I think Eben got him involved going into conventions.
Yeah, he was promoting Toxic Tutu.
Yeah, I think this was even before or right when it was starting. It was anyway, but I remember the guy who made Toxic Tutu was there too.
Yeah,
he passed away not too long ago.
I know, sad.
Yeah, but Toxic Tutu. I never actually saw Toxic Tutu.
It's good. It's good. Eben and I were talking about distributing it, but they ended up going with a different avenue. So we watched it for that. It was cool. I liked it.
Yeah. So how about you and Eben? I know you guys are friends. You guys had a toy store together for a while. And did you just meet him at Mad Monster? Or did you know him before Mad Monster?
No, I met him through Mad Monster. So yeah.
You just hit it off. You guys get along, or?
Yeah, I mean, Evan's one of my best friends. So we've done a lot of crazy schemes together. We made Hanukkah together, and we had a toy comic book store together, and so we're always coming up with something. So
yeah. I like Eben too, and Eben doesn't get along with everybody, so there's got to be something special about you to like. No, he's a good guy. He looks angry all the time.
He's a sweetheart.
Yeah, no.
Don't tell anybody I told you that. He's a monster, a bad monster.
Yeah, he doesn't wear shoes though anymore. I noticed last time I met him, he was just walking around the hotel with like socks. I was like, I don't know what's going on here.
He's working hard. It's probably comfortable.
He becomes vegan and he gives up shoes. I don't know.
Yeah.
So how about your performance in Slice as Rodney Calloway? I believe. No, what was the name of your character? Is it Rodney Calloway? Yeah. It was I thought it was very wrestling like Mean Gene or Girl in Monsoon, but maybe it's maybe this I'm not watch golf, so maybe that's how the golf commentators are as well.
Yeah, I think it was like a combination of like Steve Madden and probably like Mean Gene.
That's a good combination.
Yeah, I like that character. He might pop up in something else.
All right. So, Slice 2 has already been announced. So, are you?
Yeah.
When you make because I think you kind of announced them almost around the same time. So, do you film them partly together at all, or?
Yeah, that's kind of how we do it, just like Marvel movies. And then if it takes off, then we go right into production. So people seem to really like Slice. So Slice 2 is kind of going to come together pretty quick, I think.
Yeah. Now, you're always working on like multiple movies. Is that like difficult? Do you ever get them confused, or I assume you get used to it after a while.
Yeah, I think I got used to it. You know what I mean? So I shoot them quick. I shoot them in like 5 days. So you know what I mean? On to the next. So the premiere, like I said, happened last week for Slice, and then in like less than 3 weeks is the next premiere. So you know what I mean? It's a tight ship I run around here.
I got you. All right. So where it's going to be coming out in what was the date?
Walmart, Best Buy, Barnes and Noble next month. So right before.
And it's got a very nice cover art as always.
Yeah. Thank you, Jeff Zorno, Bob East. Beautiful thing there.
Yeah. So in Walmart, everywhere you can just get it everywhere you can buy Blu-rays. Yeah,
exactly. FYE, Barnes and Noble. You know what I mean? Best Buy, Worst Buy, Media Buy, Bye Bye.
Yeah, everywhere. And where is it streaming?
It'll be in Redbox, Crackle, Amazon Prime. So
yeah, all the places. So just the main thing is to watch it.
Yeah, wherever movies are sold, go get them.
Right.
And then I've got some other things like Mind Melters 1 through 4 is coming out. It's my collections of short films and wacky music videos and stuff. And then of course my breast films. Sexy Time 1 through 4 is coming out also.
Now is that all James Balsamo breasts, or do we have is it
yeah, it's an array. So
all right.
Then Mind Melters 5, not in the box set because that is separate. So be on the lookout for that and Slice. That's all coming out right before the holiday season. Oh, actually Mind Melters 5 and Mind Melters 1 through 4 is out at Walmart now.
Oh, cool.
That's so.
Yeah. And you'll be at the upcoming Mad Monster in February?
I will be signing autographs there, yeah, alongside Robert Englund and Peter Criss from Kiss.
Nice. That's the 3 headliners right there.
Yeah, me, Robert Englund, and Peter Criss.
Exactly, in that order. For me, anyway.
Yeah, mostly me.
Right. All right. Well, it's always fun to talk to you, James. I look forward to seeing more of your movies. And I've not seen Dusk till Bong, so I'm looking forward to seeing this.
Now we'll set up the next interview for 15 minutes from now. 90 minutes from now, yeah.
Well, yeah, I probably have to watch, unless I watch and fast forward, but no.
Just skim to the boobs.
Yeah. I probably skim to stop motion and stuff. I don't know what that, that says about me, but yeah.
Bat monsters in there.
All right. Well, it's very fun. It's always fun to talk with you.
Always a blast. Thanks, buddy.
Thank you, James. And we'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Take it easy.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm going to play us out with some music of the month here. Miss Cherry Delight, but I have to get it ready. So
I know her.
Oh, you do? Really?
I know her through Guar, yeah.
Oh, very cool. Yeah. All right. Well, here we go. We're going to play it here. Hopefully this works.
Okay. Oh, credits. Here we go.
Yeah, anytime now.
And a 2.
Welcome to your doom.
Again. 3 fingers lead, you got
All right. Well, thank you.
Thanks, buddy.
Miss Cherry Delight for the music. And thank everyone for watching. We'll be back soon. And happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving.